Living out here in the deep woods of the Sonoran Desert, I've had my fair share of run-ins with the king of cryptozoology, the Bigfoot, the Sasquatch, the Sasquatch. Today, I'm going to draw from memory what I've witnessed, and I hope you'll join me.
Hundreds of sightings all across North America for generations now.
I'm going to start with a basic head shape and do a more cartoony Sasquatch that everyone will be able to follow along with. Then I'm going to move on to the same head shape, but we're going to do a more evil, funky, elaborate Sasquatch drawing. So stick around.
We got our electric eraser,
Our lead holder,
which I love to sketch with,
and then just a softer lead,
for doing darker details.
and of course your sharpener. Let us begin. So we're almost going to start with kind of a pear shape, bean bag, kidney bean, lima bean, and then we're going to draw this center line, have it pinch in the middle, come back around here. Now in our first version, we're going to make this one more cartoony, more fun, just simplistic. So we draw that center line where we kind of want the eyes to start. When we do it on our next one, that's where our brow ridge will start. You might have to modify as you go. And to differentiate this from just an ape or a gorilla, we're going to give him a bit more of a human nose. And here, you can kind of do this mouth shape any way you want. Bring another line down there. Give him a little bit of a buck tooth. This actually is looking scarier than I was intending. Now you might say, oh, what makes this a Sasquatch? Well, the hair, of course. You gotta... Oh, he looks friendly enough. Now from there, we can add a little bit of a body if we want to. Again, just starting with simple shapes. Maybe that's his shoulder. There's his other arm tucked behind here. Like his hands oversized. When thinking about the hand, you want to start with just a simple square shape, especially if you're just keeping it cartoony. Or you can start with the pentagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I typically just like to do like a wedge and think about how those fingers are gonna come out from there. And from the pentagon, you want to cut across this line just to add a bit of a triangle. Fingernails always help to determine the actual location of the fingers, or like which way they're facing on the plane. Now the feet are pretty complicated. But again, just trying to make that like cheese wedge, throw an ankle where it feels right. pretty scary in its own right. That wasn't intended, but I'm gonna take another swing at it, try and do something less freaky.
The Sasquatch sent 40,000 emails. I think he might be using Starlink or something, because I have no idea how he has access to that kind of technology.
Alright, I don't know if that one came out as adorable as I was hoping for. So I'm going to take another crack at it, again, keeping that same head shape. Let's give it a go. Maybe this one's a little more pinched in the middle, and then let's give him a little bit of an upper turn here. Give him a real baby nose. And you can always modify off that shape, make his cheeks a little fatter. Think about where his hair is gonna come into this. And maybe we just run that chin. I mean, again, this is terrifying, but yeah, we're just doing our best here. It's like a real happy one. Wouldn't want to see this out in the wild. That's for sure. I mean, if this approached your campsite, I hope you're armed and ready to discover a new species and immediately remove it from this world, from its mortal coil. There we go. That's looking pretty nice. Sometimes it's nice to just draw funny things that like make you giggle or laugh. Doesn't have to all be so serious. Like a real roly-poly. Wrist folds like a baby. No one ever... That's already cracked me up, drawing the hand that tiny. They're called Bigfoot, not big hands. So, there you go. Any chance you get to mess with proportions that seem completely wrong can be pretty fun. And there you have it. Alright, now that we got these cute ones out of the way, time to move on to something freakish.
Ghoulish Sasquatch. Yeah, well, Sasquatch was at the bus stop outside of her house for a week. I mean, he kind of put some twigs up, some tree branches, started making a hovel. Wasn't sure what he was doing. He actually trimmed my palm trees for me for free, which was pretty cool.
Now we're gonna move on to the one that's outside my door right now. I'm going bigger with this one, obviously, so I can get more detail in there. Make it fun. Now, still starting with that base shape. Always think about the shape, the way things are moving or wrapping, giving it that volume. So we want to overlap that ball shape in there. We're kind of echoing what's happening in the brow. Try to stay loose and see if the forms come to you. It's always good to get a mirror so you can look at your own face when you're snarling, looking crazy, trying to draw something crazy. It tends to help. I'm going to leave this kind of a mess right now because I know I'm going to come back to it. Tracking where that ear might be. Now we're going to come off of that lima bean shape and extend it a little because we are going for something less cartoony, but it's still a good starting point. Remember, the jaw always hinges in front of the ear, otherwise your ears would rotate around when you were talking. It'd look really fucking funny. Don't do that. So as you can see, I'm just trying to figure out the big forms. Don't be afraid to erase, and also don't be afraid to commit. If you feel like you got something that you can keep going with, just keep going, work through it. There's nothing wrong with abandoning a drawing if it's not feeling right. But you know, sometimes you just have to stick it out, keep pushing through, try and find that thing cool that's in your mind. If you want to give the creature irises, totally up to you. If you want to leave something maybe more demonic, creepy, leave the eyes out. It's always a safe bet. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this. I'll be posting videos weekly. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. What is it, boy?